gears a bit and hoping that you can share with us what you're seeing in the CDFI industry overall in terms of how CDFIs are maybe working together or what type of liquidity is available right now. Just your thoughts as one of our CDFI leaders.
Yeah, so I think a lot of different CDFIs are certainly working together to identify what is the best resource to actually be funneling to small businesses. In some cases, as mentioned, some CDFIs are administering PPP loans. In other cases, some of the smaller CDFIs aren't necessarily doing the PPP lending, but they may have COVID relief products of lower interest lending and working with philanthropic partners to be able to offer lower interest loans or a portion of a grant to a small business owner. And in a lot of cases, CDFIs are working collaboratively together to refer businesses back and forth to each other, depending upon what the business owner's needs are. We're also working collaboratively with local government partners to administer, governmental programs with some of the CARES Act funding. And also in the state of California, we're working very closely across the state to leverage state funding through the state of California guarantee programs, in which we, as CDFIs, can lend to small business owners and then actually receive a guarantee on that loan from the state of California. And so it's all about leveraging resources really to have an opportunity to best serve those small businesses and mitigate risk as a lender and as a CDFI partner.
And from a foundation's point of view, or maybe more from your perspective, what is the best way that a foundation can get involved in the CDFI world? And if you could maybe speak to it from a foundation that's been involved with the CDFIs in the CDFI industry for a long time, but then maybe someone who's just getting their feet wet and this may be the first opportunity for them to hear from a CDFI. So kind of different perspectives on that.
Sure, happy to share a little bit about that. Well, first of all, I would say to anybody, no matter who you are, one of the things you can do to support just small businesses in general is shop local, right? And so supporting small businesses in your community and having those dollars stay locally and recycle in your community is a wonderful thing to do during these times. And that helps businesses, stay afloat. As far as working directly with CDFIs, if you are already partnering with a local CDFI, reaching out to them, making sure that you're aware of what are the relief efforts that they're participating in. Are they offering relief lending during this time, recovery lending? What are the resources and support that they need to actually administer that, whether it's actual loan capital as an investment or a grant, or is it programmatic and operating capital that they need to support in order to deploy that capital to the small businesses? The other thing is, as I mentioned, that there is guarantees through the state of California program, but they're not guaranteeing the full amount of the loan. And so in some cases, a local foundation could work with a CDFI partner to provide capital to actually provide loan loss reserves for the CDFI, so that if they are doing the lending, but also want to mitigate some of the risk from that lending, that some capital could be used as a loan loss reserve in the case of losses within that. So I think there's various ways that foundations can get engaged, and I would encourage to reach out to an existing CDFI partner, or if you're new to the CDFI industry and wanting to learn more, to have an initial conversation with somebody like you all, Sarah, or reaching out and talking with the leadership teams at some of the CDFIs to learn a little bit more about the different structures that either investment dollars or grant and programmatic operating capital can be deployed to help small businesses during this time.